Hey there, it's YoBo. Welcome to day 259 of Life According to YoBo. And here's the I Can't Cook cookbook. Get it at yoboproductions.com. Welcome back, honey. Ridding our life of family mess, family stress, and family BS. You can find my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, hashtag YoBo Television. Thank you again for following the series. I just don't know where we going from here, but y'all keep calling me, telling me that you hooked. Keep going, girl. This is helping me. All right. Whew. It's okay if I want to talk about me, but I hate it when I got to talk about other people. Well, as my daughter said, she said, Mommy, I wasn't expecting for you to record the video and see. I said Amy had a lot of nerve. I said, but girl, that's what makes this so good, because we're talking about real life issues. What are we looking at? We're looking at, a lot of times, it's not even the issue. It's the way people see us, and they look at the choices that we have made and the things that we have done, not even realize that there's layers and layers and layers of reasons why we did what we did. I promise you I was going to talk about my niece. Well, I called her and I asked her, do you resent your mother and your stepfather? It took her a while. She did say, she said, you know what, with him, I don't think there's anything to let go. I've released all that because he's dead. But hold on, let me find my notes from yesterday. Hold on a minute. Hold on, let me go right here. My notes from yesterday. I said, your childhood experience is the foundation for most of the decisions you will make as an adult. My niece still somewhat is angry with her mother for the man she chose. Grown folk can marry whoever they want to. Let me just put that out there. When you grown, you can marry whoever you want to marry. That's your business. I can marry a woman if I want to marry a woman. I can marry a man if I want to marry a man. I can get married 3-4 times this year. I can get married today and get the marriage annulled in 6 months and get married the next day. I can get married twice a year if I want to, because I'm grown. When children don't like who the parent chose for a mate, that's their problem. The best thing for you to do is get over it, because they made that decision for a reason. Mama married a man who was just like her daddy, a hoe hopper just like her daddy. My sister, based on her childhood, there was lack. Even though I didn't see it as lack, I was too young to know we were poor. She knew we were poor. She said, I looked at my cousins and the way they lived, and I knew if Mama had married somebody else, we could have had a different life. So as an adult, she looked at the way my cousins lived and everything that she thought she had missed in life. So she married a man that she knew together they could build the type of life she wanted to live. Oh, and honey, they did. Girl lived in a big old castle. About 3 Mercedes Benzes in the driveway. Everything she wanted to do, that's what she did. My niece now is growing up in that household. And even though she never did like her stepfather, I told you, your childhood experience is the foundation for most decisions you will make as an adult. This big old castle that they lived inside, the 3 Mercedes Benzes in the driveway. You wonder how 2 people can drive 3 Mercedes Benzes, go figure. Anyway, the man had his own business. He was self-employed. When you work on a job like I did, well, let me check my husband. My husband get paid every other Friday. Every other Friday. He can give you a check today and say, put it in the bank on Friday, because that money is going to be there. Might be hit his account Thursday night. Come hell or high water, he gets paid every other Friday. But when you self-employed, you got your own business, if you sending invoices that other people have to pay, and if they take their time paying that invoice, you ain't got no money coming in. You can pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I submitted my invoice last week. And then the next week you call, hey, I submitted my invoice a week before last. Next thing, I submitted my invoice last month. Then it turns into that invoice I submitted 2 months ago. When you're self-employed and you're waiting for somebody to pay your invoice, there's no money coming in. So sometimes in the household in which she grew, she was raised, her childhood experience, there were many times when they went from feast to famine. You waiting on that next check to come, and you waiting, and you waited, and you waited, and you waited. It always came, but then there were some long periods when you just had to wait. Well, my niece tells me, based on her experience as a child, the first husband that she selected was based on her experience growing up. She wanted stability. So what is she? For the record, I didn't like him either. But what I tell you, grown folk can marry who they want to marry. Ain't none of us liked him. Tried to get her to leave this fool. Took a little while, but eventually she did. But why did she marry him? Honey, that Negro looked good on paper. Woo, he still looked good on paper. On paper. But you know what? After a while, you and all your stuff and all your paper don't mean a thing if you rotten on the inside. That's the word she used. He looked good on the outside. He was rotten on the inside. But she was looking for stability. And that's exactly what she got. She got financial stability. Big old castle, just like she grew up in. They bought one. Brand new BMW in the driveway. Paid off in 6 months. Brand new BMW. Paid off in 6 months. I told you he looked good on paper. He looked good when you meet him. But, a couple months later, when the real him come out, wait a minute, baby. Grandmother got her little camera set up here, okay? I don't want you knocking my stuff over. You can come sit right here. Baby sitting, okay? The little baby just woke up. Grandmother's almost done, okay, sweetie? Honey? So she said, that's the reason I chose him. I went into the relationship looking for stability. What do I want you to do? I want you to look at your childhood and just look. Okay, did I lack anything? Or if there was lack, was there really lack? Or is that my childhood interpretation of the situation at the time? Look at the decisions that you have made. Look at the baggage that you're carrying. Is this stemming back to something else? Is there a backstory? Even all the stuff that I'm telling you, this ain't never occurred to me. As I begin to talk about it, I begin to see more and more. And now it's becoming so clear. I can see clearly now. And that is what prompted me to call my niece. Because I'm looking at generations of resentment toward a parent. And that's exactly what I don't want her daughter to do. We got to break the cycle. Wait, baby, scoot over just a little minute. Because scoot over just a little bit. Your mommy don't want the whole world looking at you. Well, honey, put my music on here. Baby, that's life according to YoBo. No mess, no stress, no BS, but it's going to take some work. Let me read this one more time. Your childhood experience is the foundation for most decisions you will make as an adult. It makes perfect sense to you, but you may have to go back and re-examine some of those things. Get to the root of why you do what you do. Some of us is just straight up crazy. Just straight up crazy. But you know what? We're not really crazy. We just got to get to the root of it. All right. Yes, darling.
That's you on the picture.
That's grandmother on the picture right there. You got that right, honey. My grandbaby say, grandmother, that's you. Sure is grandmother. Thank you for noticing. All right. Y'all come back tomorrow for more of Life According to YoBo. Bye-bye.